Thank you for Patreon now for donating to the Patreon. Guys, this video is about another Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, or Platinum, Shiny, no, goddamn, Brilliant Diamond videos, because you're done play, subscribe to the most, shall we? This time, or in the last one, we end up not only beating the gym, but we also end up beating Team Galactic's Jupiter when she tried to take over some place in Eternity City. We beat her, got Pokemon Return, got a free bike, and now we are heading to the next gym town, which I have no idea where it is. But also we managed to find this professor-looking guy, so Professor Rowan's assistant and Don's father. Oh! We never met this guy, did we? Huh. I've come a long way at the best of my professor to help you on your venture. As let me ask you how many Pokemon have you met? Oh my, you met 41 Pokemon. Wonderful, yes, bravo. Professor Rowan should hear of this. Here's something for you. A rare candy. Oh, fuck you. I thought you were gonna give me something cool. I mean, a rare candy's fine and all. I'm not against it, but like, you know, I would ask you to, you know, give me a better item, but I guess it's fine. Do whatever, sure. So, yeah, I guess we're making our headway to the next gym town. We have our bike ready. You can only come on this path if you have a bike, which is why you're kind of required to do all that. Even if you already beat the gym, you have to, like, you know, go save the guy to get the bike, so that's fun. And the reason why we're not going the other way, too, is because we can't... Oh, Axel. By any chance, do you have fire types? And do you happen to be... I like how he has the dick bulge. Why is he standing like that? You can see his dick. Oh my god, we look so cool in the biker outfit. Wait, oh my god, that reminds me of something. Are we able to customize our outfit? I don't remember what episode I asked this in, but I don't think the episode I asked this in either went up yet or no one responded to it. But please, someone tell me, can we not customize our characters? Because if we can't, I hate them for this. Like, come on. They had the chance to make character customization a thing. Why wouldn't they? It makes no sense because that's such a cool, that's such a cool game mechanic, you know? Like, I guess they wouldn't do it to remakes, but like, come on. Well, actually, yeah, no, because they don't do it to remakes, do they? They didn't do it to Pokemon. What's it called? Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, did they? Unless I'm forgetting, but I don't think they did. God damn it! I really wanted to use a like a cool color custom outfit for Monferno alone, but apparently I don't get to. Cyclist Megan. Oh yeah. So I looked up the Pokemon that I was referring to last time that I wanted to try catching in the game that I thought we could catch this route. We can't catch it this route. I looked it up. So you know what? That's actually a fun fact. Remember that Riolu I wanted to get a while ago? Guess what? You can either get that Riolu or the Pokemon I want to get until you beat the 6th gym. So we still have 4 gyms to go before we can get both those Pokemon. Great. That's fun, you know. I have to wait 4 gyms to get my, like, 2... I'm not gonna say my most favorite Pokemon, but, like, my 2 of my most favorite in this game. And I can't even get them till half the game is already over with. Which is sad, but, like... that was a very quiet plane. Sorry, I'm like looking outside my window right now and I see a plane. And typically, and I have this on like some of my other videos, there's not many, but typically, okay, there it is, I can hear it now. But like typically, planes are very fucking loud. If you have heard any of my videos that have planes in the background, you'll like hear a constant screech. Well, maybe not a constant screech, but you'll know that there's a plane in it. Because one of the only times I have backgrounds up, or people just run motorcycles in the background. But I just saw a plane go across my house because I live on a base, and I didn't hear a noise, and I was like, what the fuck, am I really talking that loud? And then I stopped for a second and I was able to hear it. So yeah, that's fun. I hate it sometimes when planes go over when I try to record, because it depends on what video I'm recording, and it depends on how close they get. Because with where I live, there's a spot where they like to land right outside my house, or like, it's a 5-minute walk from where I live to that place. And like I can see them from my back window is the thing. Very clearly, I might add. So it's in the sense that if they ever fly overhead, I can't record because I know they're gonna stay there and they have the thing running the whole time. So I know I can't record because there's gonna be a lot of like loud ass noise. Oh, again, I said it looks so cool. I feel like that fits like Monferno style. It looks like we're kind of cosplaying a Monferno because we have like slightly different colored arms and then we have like a whole color for the whole body and then like the center's just a different color. I don't know, I just find it cool. Anyways, yeah, you know, that's the struggles, I guess, of just recording on a That's just the struggles of recording when, you know, there's a bunch of loud noise going in the background. You know, let's switch Pokemon. Okay, I thought something was crawling on me again. Oh, right, did I ever tell you guys that story? The time where a spider directly crawled on me and I didn't say anything? So, a few weeks ago, I'm not gonna say what I was doing, but basically a spider crawled on me and there were people around and I said, guys, a spider's on me. I didn't say it super quietly, I probably said it in my normal voice tone, which granted is quiet apparently to other people, but, because if you think this is loud, that's partially because like, I put a certain thing on my videos to make my voice louder, and I'm also sitting right next to the fucking camera, which amplifies my voice even more. So, you know, that's a thing. But I guess my normal tone of voice is very quiet, so I said, guys, there's a spider on me. No one listened. They all just were kind of having their own conversation. I was like, you know, okay, this is my time to finally get over my fear of spiders. And I said nothing. Somehow none of them saw it crawl on me because I know it was, because we took a group picture of the thing and there was a spider right on my fucking kneecap. I don't know how no one noticed it at that moment, but whatever. And it didn't come up for another 10 minutes till the spider eventually crawled right across, like, right on my face. Like, I want to say, like, it crawled from the bottom of my neck, or like the bottom of my neck, crawled up, went to the right side of my chin, and then just like crawled up on the right side, went right through the middle, up to through the nose. It didn't go through my nose, just went like above my nose, obviously, it didn't go into it. And then just like walked up to my head before someone finally noticed, and then just like knocked it right off me. And I had no reaction to the spider. And then when people questioned me, why didn't I say anything? I literally said, I did say something, no one heard me, that's what happened. So, you know, that's fine. I mean, now I'm not afraid of spiders anymore, or at least I'm not afraid of small ones. There are like the big poisonous ones, you know, the ones that will kill you in one bite, that I'm afraid of still, and like yellow jackets. You know what? You know, saying it makes me worried now, because I feel like there's a yellow jacket somewhere in my house, and I'm actually afraid of those. Yellow jackets are the spider ones, right? Because I always got that confused. Like, I learned about yellow jackets from, I really gotta stop saying it. Okay, you know, I'm gonna say it one more time. But anyways, I learned about that from, not Deadpool, Ant-Man. And I learned it was an actual animal, because I Google searched it right after. And that's actually a fun fact, because I didn't know they were a thing. And the worst part is, a few days later, I actually met one. So, for those of you who don't know, I used to live in Arizona. And in Arizona, there are a few things you kind of got to look out for. You know, every time I say an animal's name, or like an animal that I'm afraid of, I'm always like terrified that it's going to pop up the next second. So like, right now, you guys can't see it, like, unless like you can see through the screen whenever it goes black. But I'm like constantly turning my head left and right, because I am paranoid as fuck that as I'm saying these animals, like, they're just going to appear, and I'd be so afraid. So, anyways, yeah, so in Arizona, after I watched Ant-Man for the first time, and a few other times because my dad got it for me, thank you, Dad. What ended up happening is one day when my mom got home, we learned that next to where we put our shoes, one of those was above our shoes. Yeah, and my mom almost walked right into it. Thankfully, we killed it. Like, I mean, I didn't kill it. I ran the fuck away. Like, I walked out the house because I was like, we ain't doing this shit today. And yeah, so she killed it. I came back. We were fine. It's gone. But then there was like, you know, I'm gonna put my feet up on the thing now because now I'm like afraid one's just gonna like pop out of nowhere and I'm gonna be fucking terrified. But then there were scorpions. So people always told me there were those in Arizona, and I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? I never saw one for so long. I lived in Arizona for like 2.5 years. In that time span, I only saw one scorpion, but up to that point, so many people had said you would see scorpions all the time. I saw like no scorpions for the first 1.5 years. And then one day, randomly, I was putting my shoes down when my mom was home because she took the day off, and I just like backed away immediately when I went to go put my shoes down because I saw there was one right there, and I was like, fuck, god damn it, and I pulled my body away so quickly. Like, I mean, I've done faster reactions nowadays, but at that point, that was one of my fastest reactions I've ever done. Just look up, see, like, I barely could make it out, especially because I've never like seen one in the like face to face. But I could just tell by the outline, like, yeah, fuck this shit, back it the hell up. And long story short, it's gone. But like we had to check everything to make sure we were fine, and we were thankfully in the end. But like, fuck, that was terrifying. So, you know, where did this conversation come from again? I completely forgot. My point is, you know, if you're afraid of animals, depending on what it is, I will tell you, get over your fear. But also depending on what it is, I'll tell you, you know what, boy, you right, because I'm also afraid of those things too, and I will not get near them regardless of how much money you pay me to do so. Like, and you know, like, that's the worst thing too. Even though the spider crawled on me, and it didn't do anything to me, like, I'm sure now I'm safe from it, because I know it's dead. I saw it die right in front of my eyes. And I know it didn't, like, do anything or whatever. Even if it did do something, unless it, like, got in anywhere in my body, like deep into my body, it hasn't done anything bad to me because it would have probably got rossed off by now. But the thing is, now every time my hair goes on me, because I used to think that before, like every time my hair would crawl on me, I would always think like, oh my god, there's something on me. But now that I know that for sure, my thing is having hair crawl on you and having a spider crawl on you feel like two different things. But now I'm so fucking paranoid because now every time I feel any form of touch on my back, because that's where it was crawling up from, I always feel like this sense of like eternal dread that fuck, something's on me. What is it? Like right now, I actually just panicked because my shirt touched my side and I was like, fuck. So like, you know, a lot of things, you think they're minor, but they can genuinely be like pure like dread and terrifying, even if they're absolutely nothing. Like, it's honestly terrifying and scary. And I don't know, like that's just how I see it. But yeah, let's go catch some more Pokemon. This Bronzer, which I'm never gonna use. Honestly, I don't hate Bronzer. I hate his evolved form because I don't like how it looks. I think it's too bulky, but I do like Bronzer. Or, okay, like is a strong word. I'm really waiting for a teammate to come along that will either allow me to replace Babero, or I'm waiting to see if that occasion will show up again where Babero becomes a tank. You know, that will happen. When we get to the point where Babero started becoming like an important member of my team in the original playthrough, if he's still on my team, and he takes the same amount of attacks, or at least takes 2 attacks from me, actually, if he takes at least 1 attack from me at that moment, I will let him stay on the team, because he would have deserved it. He at least proved, it at least proved that, like, it deserved to be on my team. Oh yeah, you know what? That's another thing. You know, I don't know what I'm calling this episode now, but anyways, since I'm going over fears and phobias and shit like that, I don't know if I share this on the channel or not, but there was this one time I was almost assaulted by a snake. And what I mean by this is, so you see, snakes, well, let's just flash back to when I was younger. When I was younger, someone came into my, like, daycare, or, like, after-school daycare, and brought in a bunch of animals for kids to play with. Yay, right? Like, the first few sets were normal small animals, and they went by last names. And I'm not going to tell you what my last name starts with, but let's just say it's towards the end of the alphabet. Yeah, real fun there, I know. So I got to miss all the good ones, and then halfway, or like, towards the end, like, a few letters before mine, that's when they started being like, okay, let's go have some cool animals over here. Like, a fucking spider. And back then I was still afraid of spiders, and I was like, ah, I see. Please don't tell me, like, there's a worse one after the spider. And then, like, I was literally the last cutoff. Like, the person right in front of me got to go get the spider, and that's where the line stopped. If there was one more space, if someone else had been absent that day, I would have been fine. And the reason why I'm making a big deal out of this is because the next animal was a snake. If there was any animal at that point, or at least at this point in my life, that I was more afraid of than anything else, it was snakes. And you can imagine what my mind went through of when I was told I was gonna hold a snake. And here's my exact, like, response to it. Can I go touch the spider instead? Like, but no, I don't know if I said that or not. I feel like I did say that out loud, or I said something along those lines. But yeah, the answer was a big fat nope, and I had to go touch the snake. But you know, the worst part is, we had to hold the snake for some reason. And I know this isn't my brain imagining it, because I greatly remember the exact feeling my hands had from it. Because while everyone else got to hold the tail and the central parts of the body, I had to hold it by the fucking neck. I was the last one, because I was like, you know, I was the first one because everyone else before me had touched an animal already. So I was basically the front of the line, which means I had to touch the snake by the fucking neck. And that wasn't fun, because you know what the snake tried to do? It slithered through everyone's hands and tried to bite me. Thankfully, the guy, like, put his hands on the snake kind of like this, if I remember correctly, and stopped the snake from getting to me. But, like, the amount of just, like, this is how I die, 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 went through my head, and I was so just, like, terrified for my life. That is the one time I was so afraid ever. Oh, wait. Oh, shit, I didn't know. Oh, fuck, god damn it. For the record, this is the area we can find the Pokemon I'm referring to, the one I wanted to catch, that I thought we could catch this episode. But the issue is, to get to that exact, there's only a very specific room that Pokemon spawns in. And to get to that room, you need a very specific HM. And to get that HM, you have to have a very specific gym badge. So, and that gym badge is the 6th one. So, what I'm saying is, I'm not getting that Pokemon. I may be able to get near its room, but I can't get into its room is the sad part. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, long story short, that is just, like, the snake story. How I was eternally, like, mortified by a snake. And you know, the funny thing is, too, I actually held an alligator once. Because, you know, not that same guy, but, like, at my others, like, in 2nd grade, a guy came to my school with, like, a bunch of animals to play with. Like, he brought, like, octopus ink, he brought, some other type of stuff, and then he brought an alligator. And I was called up to, like, touch the alligator, and I volunteered to touch the alligator. Like, this wasn't a thing I was forced into, like, the snake. I did volunteer to touch the alligator, and I did, and it was really cool. And I, like, it was a baby one, by the way. I was able to, like, hold it for a minute, which was really nice, and I just got to, like, pet it on the snout, and it didn't bite me, so that's pretty fun. All around, it was a very, like, good feeling experience. I don't regret that. I mean, that was a lot more fun than touching the snake, I'll tell you that much, because I wasn't afraid. Like, the most I was afraid of was, like, what if it bites me? That's what I feared. Not, like, and honestly, I never really feared alligators, like, even the big ones. Yeah, in the situation where I'm probably in the middle of a swamp alone, and, like, I can see an alligator, and I can see there's, like, a swarm of alligators forming, or, like, big alligators, I would think, like, okay, I'm fucking dead. But, like, I never really been terrified of alligators, and especially because it's a baby one. The snake was a lot fucking bigger than the alligator was, I'll tell you that much. So, yeah, like, that's the only, that's the case, and I guess there's one other time that I had a mortifying animal experience, and that was the time I went to the zoo. So, I'm not exactly sure if this is a false memory or not. I don't think it is the thing. I think it's real, but, like, the way my mind but it's so blurry. But I can't make out everything. I can only make out, like, the dread that I felt from it. But I swear on my life that experience was real. Unless that was, like, a super realistic dream. Because there's no way in fuck it was. So, one day, me and my parents when I was younger went to the zoo. And a peacock jumped out in front of us. And I know what I imagined by this peacock's size. That part is not true. I mean, the size of it being, like, not true. Oh, wait, the character coming on. Dawn? Yep, Dawn. Okay, let me read her dialogue first before I continue the story. Hi, so how's your Pokédex coming along? Me? I'm somewhere between fantastic and, hopeless. But this isn't about me. I've got something nice for you. As choose which hand you want. Here's a hint, doesn't matter, but let's just go left-handed, because I'm left-handed. I see. You want the Versa Seeker. I'm impressed, also. You know what's important. And we obtained the Versa Seeker. I'm pretty sure either way it's the Versa Seeker. You put the Versa Seeker into your bag's items. Using that Versa Seeker, you can find trainers who want to rematch you. Also, do you want to have a Pokétech? Yep, you do. You can use this one too then. You deserve it all for hard work, Kessel, and this is why it doesn't matter, because you can get the other one anyways. Dowsing Machine, uninstall the thing in the app. Dowsing Machine app can allow you to see unusable items. The Dowsing Machine is something you could use to touch often. It will tell you if there's an item on the ground if you can't see it. It'll be especially useful in dark caves. Okay, let's keep working on Pokédex. Professor Rowan is counting on us. Really wish you'd have given to me that earlier when I was, you know, walking through that dark cave. But, yeah, long story short, I know, like, in my mind, I imagine the peacock being a lot bigger than I know it actually was. So I know, like, the size-wise is not true, but I swear everything else was, where it jumped out in front of us, and I remember this guy coming in, like, coming from somewhere and, like, getting the peacock away. Again, not so sure if this was a dream or not. I remember the dread from it, so that must have been a really realistic dream. I mean, I have realistic dreams, so I wouldn't be surprised by that, but I didn't start having really realistic dreams till a few years ago, so, and this was back when I was a fucking kid, or a lot younger of a kid, so I would be surprised if I had that much of a realistic dream all the way back then, but, yeah, basically, a peacock jumped out, and it scared the fuck out of me, and to this day, I still hate peacocks because of that, and if this was a dream, I can understand why. Wait, no, I can't, because, okay, so here's the important, yeah, because the timeline doesn't match up, because I remember when I had, if it was a dream, there's no way in hell that I had it at the time that I think I had it, because, basically, because in my mind, I think it as, like, a constant theory that the reason I had that dream is because Kung Fu Panda 2 was a movie that I really liked as a kid, and it was mainly because of, I think his name was, Pang? That's not true, that's the name of a character from the Kung Fu Panda TV show, but, like, point is, like, whatever the fucking peacock's name was, it, like, it didn't scar me, but I was both, like, in love with his character, but I also was kind of terrified by it, just because of, like, how big and imposing he would stand against Po, especially with, like, his big-ass tail and flapping. Like, that was the terrifying part for me, but, I don't think, like, if this was a dream, it wasn't because of that, but it was near that time, so, yeah, I don't know, I do feel like that I was almost assaulted by a peacock. Again, I can't say for sure, because that may have just been a dream that I had, and now that I'm older and that I've seen that movie, my mind constantly, like, portrays the two together. Because I know now that when I think of that, I think of the movie, and I'll think of specifically Shane, I don't fucking whatever, I know it starts with an S, so, yeah, I'll think of that, and it will, like, bring forth that memory, so, who knows, I don't know, frankly, to be honest with you, but whatever it is, doesn't fucking matter. Just a random story along the lines where I was horribly mortified by a fucking bird. You know what? That allows me to bring up one more time. You know, this is just the day with animals with me. The king's pets. That's what we're gonna call this. That would make a little to no sense, but whatever. So, I guess, when I was younger, again, back in Arizona, me and my friends were playing, I like, kind of kickballish. Not really kickball, but, like, our interpretation of kickball is what you can call it. And we were playing in, like, the middle of our neighborhood, right? Because that's just what we do when we were kids. I still remember this kind of grumpy man that didn't like us kicking our ball in his yard. We never did it on purpose, for the record. It was always just, like, going over there on accident because, like, that's the direction we would kick in, and the reason we would do that is because, like, we were playing at my friend's house, and his house was on the exact opposite side of it, and we all had very strong feet. So, yeah, we never did it on purpose. It was just a coincidence that constantly, it only happened 3 times, but still. So, what ended up happening was one day, while we were playing kickball, or our interpretation of it, I want to say it was a roadrunner. I might be wrong. I don't know what a roadrunner looks like, per se. Well, no, roadrunners are small birds. Here's the thing. At some point, I've met a roadrunner. That's guaranteed. If roadrunners are small birds, I met a roadrunner earlier than this story took place. If roadrunners are big birds, then this is that story. But I'm pretty sure they're small birds, so I met a roadrunner before this story takes place, like a few months before. But anyways, the story about this, it may have been, but it was like a big-ass fucking bird is the thing. Like, here's our height, like, kind of-ish, about here-ish. Here's the fucking bird's height, like, all the way up here, like, to our, like, a little bit above the TV. And actually, no, that's a lie. Actually, no, yeah, no, because where I stand today is ever so slightly above the TV, so, yeah, basically my height now, or, like, slightly above the TV is how big the bird was, but basically, the bird just ran in between us, and just stood in the middle of all 3 of us. And me and my friends, I'm not gonna say their real names, but, like, me and my friends just looked at the bird in awe and was like, what do we do? Like, I'm not even joking with you. The bird stood in the middle of us and looked at all of us. And we were all like, we're fucking dead, aren't we? And our parents had saw this too. Like, they were all watching from like the windows and just like saw, and like they were trying to figure out what's gonna happen. They didn't want to walk out because they didn't want to startle the bird. So we were all like, okay, what do we do exactly? So we all, like, we whispered too, because we didn't know, like, what would set it off or not. So me and my friend that were next to each other, pitching the ball to my other friend, just looked at each other and we were like, okay, what do we do? Do we make a run for it? Do we leave the other guy behind? And, like, we were joking about it, obviously, but, like, we were like, we don't know what to do. And then we, like, eyeballed our friend and we were like, we made eye contact and we were, like, nodding back and forth, like, should we move? Should we not move? And then the bird looked at me and I was like, fuck. This is how I die. And the bird, after looking at me, turned around, booked it towards my friend, ran right past him, and jumped into his backyard. And then it jumped in, presumably into the street. Like, it disappeared immediately. Like, we heard it land in the backyard, and then we heard it jump. We don't know exactly which way it went. It either went into the street or it went further down the neighborhood. Either way, that was a weird-ass day for us. And we heard nothing on the news about it. So, we don't know what that was, but whatever it is, it, like, scared us all half to death, because we were like, we're gonna die, because we knew if, like, we provoked it, it would probably kill us via pecking. So, yeah, that was a fun experience, but I guess onto the Roadrunner story. Again, it's either that was a Roadrunner, because the reason I think that's the Roadrunner is because, like, you know, the Looney Tunes cartoon, like, the Roadrunner, stuff like that, it looked, in terms of size and shape, it looked like that. So that's what a Roadrunner looks like. Then I saw a Roadrunner. If not, I do know that story's true, because we can go ask my friends, because we still have their phone number, so we can go ask them to prove that point is true. But yeah, whatever it was, we saw it, and we were like, yeah, fuck this, and we're still alive today, apparently. But if Roadrunners are small birds, I did see a Roadrunner in Arizona, and the way it happened was, I was walking home from school one day because my house was close to the school. It's the same house that this whole big bird incident happened. But I was walking home from school, and one day I saw a small bird that I'd never seen before, and I know these type of birds because I used to be really into bird watching, or maybe not bird watching, but I just like to, like, observe birds. So, not necessarily bird watching, but you can call it bird watching because that's technically what it is. But I would look at it, and I came across a bird one day that I'd never seen before. So I looked at it, I was observing it, and it just looked so interesting to me. Like, it was running so fast on the ground, and I was like, huh, that's a pretty fast bird. And then it went into the street, and then I saw a car. It didn't run on the, ran slightly across the ground, like across the sidewalk I was on. And I saw a car coming, and I saw the bird kind of walk into the street. And I was like, come on, dude, you gotta move. The car's gonna come back quick. And I thought he was gonna turn around and come back to me because he was very close to the sidewalk. What does he do? He blitzed across the entirety of the street and went right under the car and made it to the other side. Actually, no, he didn't go under the car. Well, yeah, he did kind of go under the car because I thought I saw him go under the car. He either went under the car or, like, by the time the car got there, it looked like he went under the car because he moved so quickly. And I was like, what the hell did I just witness? Because there's no way, I've never seen a bird run that fast before in my entire life. So I questioned what happened, and I eventually, and in my head, I was like, wait, that was a Roadrunner, wasn't it? And I didn't know for sure, and I was like, okay, so maybe it was a Roadrunner. And then I was like, oh my god, I saw a Roadrunner today! And then, you know, the bird event happened later, and I was like, seeing that, you know, the Looney Tunes Roadrunner, I was like, oh, so that's a Roadrunner. So then what did I see that day then? Was that just a really fast bird? And now, like, a few years later, I think, like, what would be now 2 years ago, I learned what a Roadrunner actually looks like. And again, I'm not so sure if they're small beings or not, but if they are small beings, then I did meet, like, again, either way, I met a Roadrunner one way or another. But basically, I learned that, oh my god, that first time, the second time, I don't know what the fuck that was, but that was probably a life or death encounter. But that first time, I met a Roadrunner, and to this day, I still wonder if it's still alive or not. It probably isn't. How long do those live? If it was a Roadrunner, how long does it live? Because I was in 5th grade when this happened, so, like, it's been a few years now, so I'm pretty sure it's still, if it's still alive, it's not going to be alive for long, but whatever it was a fun experience. I will never forget that. It was something very fun having, and I remember this too, because, I found it again is the thing. Not a few days later, but a long time later, and I didn't realize it in the moment, but after a while I realized that, oh my god, it's the same thing from last time, where I had walked past it across the street, and I just saw a bird blitz across the entirety of the street. And I was like, blitzing past the entirety of the street, and then come to my side, and then blitz right next to me on the sidewalk. And I was like, oh, cool, it's a fast bird. And then I didn't notice it till I got home, but I was like, wait, that was a Roadrunner, wasn't it? And, because again, this, it's same thing, small bird. At this point, I cannot remember which one is the Roadrunner, which one wasn't. Point is, I've seen a Roadrunner once. It was a fun experience, and I'll never forget it. It was really funny to me that I encountered a Roadrunner on pure accident, when I know some people have to, like, actually try to find a Roadrunner, but whatever, that's a fun thing. I would tell one more animal story if we weren't running. Oh, perfect, Pokemon trainer. Okay, I'll tell one more animal story. So, an animal story. Oh, okay, I just saw a funny joke I can make, but anyways, the animal story is about this cute little furry thing. This weasel. No, weasel. What are those small, like, you know the thing that Sentry's evolution is based off of, like Furrent? Whatever that's based off of, that's what it is. The name will lose me right now, but ferret. There we go, ferret. So, when I was younger, I went into a pet store with my mom. We went to go get dog food for our dogs. What ended up happening is that there was this ferret. This ferret was notorious with other people for, like, kind of being a little bit not energetic for, like, other people. But when I walked into that store and I walked right past his cage, he actively tried to get out. Like, he was clawing so much at that, like, door and trying to come with me. And I could tell he was trying to come with me because he kept looking specifically at me. Everywhere I walked, he would follow me with his eyes. And I was like, oh my god, he's trying to get with me. And I wanted to bring him home, but, like, young child, already had 2 dogs. We all know how this is going to work out. We all know it's not going to happen, which sucks. So, as you can tell, obviously, in the end, I didn't get the ferret, which is very sad, but he also said bye before we left, so that was fun. Oh yeah, for the record, we can go back up there when we have the bike, but yep, here's Orberg City. So, all around, I've had plenty of animal experiences. Those aren't all of them, that's just most of them, but yeah, I'm gonna end it here because I've been rambling on for about 30 minutes now, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join Discord, follow Twitch, and in the next one, we will talk about more random bullshit. And I'll see you all then. Don't forget to check us out.